Hello, how are you doing? Do you like my new t-shirt, folks? Hustle, nah, align. How cool is that? I've got loads of these. They've had them all made by a beautiful friend of mine, Charlotte Pridmore. What I'll do actually, when I finish this live, I'm gonna put her at the top of this video. I'll just put t-shirts by Charlotte because she does an incredible job. You know, I love t-shirts for like branding purposes. You can have your logos put on them, can't you? But you can also have like your little quotes and the little quirky things that you say on them, and it's great for brand awareness. But normally they're really shit quality, like when you get them made, and they've a couple of washes and they're crap again. But these are incredible, and she'll put whatever you like on them, and she does this awesome like glitter text, which I just love. So she'll make them like muscle tees. She makes them really cool and really trendy. So I've ordered loads, and if you're looking for something similar, I'll pop the link above for you so you can get in contact with Charlotte. As you're logging in, guys, give me a hashtag live if you're live. Give me a hashtag replay if you're watching on replay, and let me know where are you in the world. Now, I'm going to be running a competition tonight as part of today's test. So you guys are going to be taking a test with me tonight. You're going to be taking a business personality test, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But there's going to be a winner tonight. There's going to be a lucky winner, because I want to give away, again, as I do most Sundays, I'll always give something away, whether it's a little gift or sometimes my book, and I want to give away a copy of my book again tonight. Totally free, you don't have to pay the postage or anything like that. I just want to give it to you as a gift. And the way you can win that is by sharing the video, sharing this test, because the more people that can take this test, the more people that have an ability to create more success for themselves, because this test is really going to help you to do that. It's going to help you to identify your strengths, your weaknesses. So share the video, that's the first thing you need to do. Share it, give me a hashtag live if you're alive, or a hashtag replay. Let me know where you are in the world. But also, fourth thing is, take part in the test with me. So as we're going through these multiple choice answers, you can type whether you're A, B, C, and get involved live so that you're accountable for doing this and immersing yourself in it and taking it really, really seriously. And also accountable for what you're going to do next, because at the end of the test, we're going to talk about what you're going to do next to use some of this information to your advantage. So just to recap, to get a copy of my book, totally free, all you need to do is hashtag live or replay, comment, share the video so more people can take this test, take part in the video, so actually do the test live with me by commenting, and the last thing is, let me know where you're logging in from. Now let's get started. So, okay, this test. This is something that I've created myself. So a test that I developed to help entrepreneurs to identify their business personality type. And the reason I developed this test is because self-awareness is a huge part of any success in anything in life. Knowing who we are, how we fit into the world, and what makes us who we are, our quirks, our strengths, our weaknesses, how other people perceive us, have a huge impact on our ability to have more success in business. And having worked with thousands of female entrepreneurs in business and helping them to create more success, I've noticed that these females, all of us, we can be categorised into one of four really clear personalities. And knowing what personality type you are means that you can use that to your advantage, but also know what hazard you could naturally fall into and why you fall into it. So there's lots of personality things out there, aren't there? Lots of tests you can take online. And I personally love taking these tests and this is why I wanted to share this with you tonight, I want you to enjoy taking part in a test tonight. So here's how this is going to go. I'm going to ask you 10 questions, and you're going to answer these questions really honestly. It's multiple choice, so you're either going to be an A, B, C or a D for each question. And what I want you to do as we're going through is type in the box question 1 and then the letter that you've chosen. Because at the end, I'm going to be asking you to tot up whether you're mostly A's, B's, C's or D's, and then that's going to tell us what personality type you are in business. This is what we're going to do. At the end, I'm going to give you the descriptions of each personality type that you could be so that you can understand what that means for you and how you can use it as a strength, but also some of the things to watch out for with your particular business personality type, okay? And there are 4 personalities types that you could be. The first one is Little Miss Slay. The second one is Little Miss Love. The third one is Little Miss Fun, and the fourth one is Little Miss Cautious. You're going to be one of 4. Now, of course, we all have a little bit of all these personalities within us. We'll be able to identify with all of them at points. But this is about establishing what your predominant personality type is. The default one, the one that you mostly fall back into, the one that best represents you, because that's what we really want to focus on tonight. So here goes. Are you ready? You might want to write these down as well, the questions and the answers and your answers. You can always go back and watch this on replay if I'm going a bit too quick for you and you want to capture everything. But the aim of tonight is to really just do the test and get it on paper so that we can take part and find out which one you are. So question 1, here we go. So you're at a party. Now this is a party full of close family. Catherine's ready, awesome. This party is full of close family and close friends. And I want to know, what are you most likely to spend your time doing at this party? Is it A, you're likely to spend most of your time organising stuff, making sure things run smoothly, maybe chatting to people because you can't wait to tell everybody what you've been up to. You've been so busy building your business recently that you've barely seen any of these people for a long time. So you're really looking forward to chatting and catching up and also organising things and making sure that everything's just so. That's A. Or is it B? You're going to be making sure everyone's okay at the party. You're going to be running around fetching drinks for people, making sure the quiet ones are integrating, making sure the one that looks upset is having a good time and they're all right, listening to people's problems, grabbing the food for people. You're going to be making sure that everybody else enjoys themselves. Or are you C? You're going to be the one on the dance floor for most of the night, busting moves. You're going to be the life and soul of the party because you absolutely love a good party. You're always the life and soul. In fact, the party doesn't really start until you arrive. Or are you D? You're probably going to find a quiet spot in a corner somewhere, out of the way a little bit, just so that you can kind of watch people, take it all in, and probably leave as early as it's appropriate to do so. Which one are you? So in the chat box, write question 1 and then A, B, C or D, the one that you most identify with. If you're logging in late, you might need to watch this on replay now so you can get the full benefit of the entire test. Question 2. You're organising an online training. Joanne D, Catherine 1A, Ellie, I'm guessing that's question 1D, yeah. So awesome. Thanks guys for you guys that are really getting involved. Mirav A, brilliant, awesome. Okay, all your comments are coming through now. So question 2. You're organising an online training with a group of other entrepreneurs. What would your ideal role look like in this collaboration? Would it be A, I'll probably be the leader of the group. I'll be the person doing all of the organising and the delegating. Generally, I like to be in control so that things get done right. Or are you a B? I'm happy to just help in any way that I can. You just tell me what I need to do and I'll get it done. I'd rather not lead just in case I let someone down. Are you a C? Oh, I love working in groups. I like to talk. So give me anything that involves talking and being centre of attention and I'll do it. I also love to be creative. So give me anything that's creative and I'll do that. Or are you a D? I'll do the research. Anything that needs analysing, give it to me. And I can do us a wicked spreadsheet. If I need to put anything into a spreadsheet and you need that making, then I'm your woman. I'm happy to not be seen and sit in the back quietly. Just get on with things in the background. That will be my job. Are you A, B, C and D? Go with the one that most resonates to you. Even if you can identify to yourself in a little bit of all of them, go with the one that really, really grabs you. Question 3. Finish the sentence. The things that motivate me the most are A, money, success, recognition, status, and a sense of achievement. B, helping others to change, changing the world, setting up charities, and making the people around me proud. C, having fun, meeting new people, having more adventures, and lots of recognition. Or D, learning more about myself and learning more about the world, feeling more competent, gaining more knowledge, and being known as a genius. Is it A, B, C, or D that motivates you the most? Type it in the chat box now. Shit, I'll look back on it when you finish. Yeah, if you've logged in a little bit later, guys, you might want to watch on replay and start at the beginning so that you can get the full benefit of the test. Question 4. This is another finish the sentence. Just pick one. So just pick one that best resonates. Try not to pick all 3 or multiple. My hobbies generally include A, spending time I like spending my time on things that make me money. I don't do much for fun and I don't have many hobbies that don't include generating an income. I do like shopping though. That's A. B, my hobbies generally include anything fun, anything adventurous. I love meeting new people. Oh, and parties. I like to party. C, I like to volunteer. In my spare time, I like to give back. I like to give my time to a good cause when I can. And D, I like solitary hobbies, things like reading, taking long walks, and just being alone generally with my own thoughts. Which one best describes you? And be really honest. Be honest with yourself, be honest on here. Because most people will go, yeah, me, I'd like to volunteer my time and give it to a charity, or, you know, there's what we want to be and then there's what we are. And there's no right or wrong answer to this, because each one of you are going to see how all of these personality types have real strength in them. But we have to be really honest to establish how we can use it. Question 5, yeah, I can see the 4s coming in, awesome. It's great because it helps me to gauge where you're up to as well and that you're catching it. So, question 5. In my circle of nearest and dearest friends and family, I am ... finish the sentence. So in my closest circle of friends and family, I am A, the most successful financially. B, the loudest and most eccentric. C, the one that everyone tells their problems to. Or D, the most academic and smart. Take the one which best applies to you, which most applies to you. So in my circle of nearest and dearest, close family and friends, are you A, the most successful financially, B, the loudest and most eccentric, C, the one that everyone tells their problems to, or D, the most academic or smart? Yes, 5's coming in, thanks guys. Question 6. The worst, finish the sentence, the worst thing that someone could call me is A, a failure, B, boring, C, selfish, or D, a show-off. The worst thing that someone could call me is A, a failure, B, boring, C, selfish, or D, a show-off. What would sting the most? That's question 6. Awesome, I can see the 6s coming through. Thanks, guys. Question 7. Finish the sentence. When I'm gone, I'd like to be remembered as A, someone who reached their full potential and showed others what's possible. B, someone who's changed lives and deeply cares about others. C, someone who made others smile and never took life too seriously. Or D, someone who was super intelligent and basically knew everything. How would you like to be remembered? A, B, C, or D? When I see question 7's coming up, I'll move on to question 8 because I'll know that you're up to date. Awesome, thanks Catherine. So 7's are coming in. Question 8. I'm going to give you £1,000 in cash. This is what we're going to do for question 8. I have just handed you £1,000. And you can choose between 4 things on what you spend this £1,000, but you can only choose one thing. This money can only go to one place, and you get to choose. You can't do anything else with it other than these 4 things. Do you A, invest the money to make more? B, buy a family member or a friend a gift? C, book something fun where you can make memories? Or D, save it. You never know when you're going to need it. So what are you going to do with the £1,000 that I just gave you? A, invest it to make more. B, buy a family member a gift. C, book something fun and make memories with it. Or D, save it because you never know when you might need it. As soon as I see question 8 coming in, awesome, thank you Edmonda. First one with question 8. Oh no, yeah, question 8. Question 9, last but one. If I asked your friends to describe you in 3 ways, what would they be more likely to say? Would they be likely to say A, you're ambitious, delicious, and a little bit vicious? B, loving, caring, but a little bit of a pushover? Would they say C, fun, outgoing, but a little bit unreliable? Or would they say D, smart, sensible, but a little bit anal? So which one best describes how you think you would be described? A, ambitious, delicious, but a little bit vicious. B, loving, caring, but a bit of a pushover. C, fun, outgoing, but a bit unreliable. Or D, smart, sensible, but a little bit anal? How would your closest people to you best describe you? Thanks, guys. And last question, number 10. Oh, there's 11. I've done 11. Sorry, it's not 10, there's 11. I said 10, I lied. Question 10. When choosing a car, would you choose, so you can have any one of these 4 cars, but you have to choose one of these 4. What would you choose? Would you choose A, a Bentley, because Bentley says success with sophistication? Would you choose B, I'm not bothered about a car, can you just give me the money to give to charity instead? Would you choose C, something big and in your face, like a Range Rover? I also need to fit everybody in it so we can go on really cool adventures. Would it be D, something practical and economic, like a Skoda, a sensible car? Would you be A, a Bentley, because it says success and sophistication? Would you be B, don't give me a car, give the cash to charity? Would you be C, something big and in your face, like a big white Range Rover that fits everybody in for big adventures? Or would you be D, something practical and cost effective, like a Skoda? Question 10. Question 11, sorry guys, question 11. You're asked to appear on Oprah freaking Winfrey. You going on the show, goal ticked. What is your immediate thoughts? A, yes, this is going to be amazing for my career. Oh my God, can you just imagine what the haters are going to think? Everybody that ever doubted me, well, fuck them, because I'm going on Oprah. Would that be your first thought? Or would it be, I can reach so many more people with my message now. I can change so many more lives. I'm going to help so many more people. Your immediate thought, be honest, would it be C, holy shit, what will I wear? How will I look? Or would it be D, oh my God, I don't think I can do this. I hate people looking at me. How can I get out of it? So would it be A, Jesus Christ, this is great for my career. What will everybody think? I'll be the envy of everybody. Will it be B, oh my God, I can change so many more lives. Will it be C, holy shit, what will I wear? Or will it be D, oh God, I don't think I can do this. I hate having all the attention on me. Okay, awesome, test over. Now here's what I need you to do. I need you to very quickly tot up. You probably already noticed whether you are mostly A's, B's, C's or D's, and I'm going to give you the definition of those now. If you're evenly split between A and B or C and D, you might have 2 really strong personality traits in you. That's absolutely fine. It means that you're probably going to be able to relate to 2 of these personalities and take away things from 2 of them. They all have incredible traits to bring to the party. The more self-development that you do, the more you can be like a well-rounded individual that has all of these things in equal measures, and that should be everyone's goal really. But most of us, as we're working on self-improvement all of the time, will be leaning towards one predominant personality, and this is what we want to work out. So tell me what you are in the box, mostly A's, mostly B's, mostly C's, or mostly D's, and I'm going to give you the definitions for them. So let me know what you are now. Mirage, mostly A's. Awesome. Okay, who else? Have you all got what you are? Just so I know to move on. Here goes. B, I knew you were a B, Jess, that's my sister. I could have told you that. Mostly A's followed by B, mostly A's, mostly B's. Brilliant. Okay, A stroke B. Here we go. Okay, so A, mostly A's. This is for you, mostly A's. You are defined as Little Miss Slay. Here's the general definition for Little Miss Slay. You're just a machine when it comes to work ethic and ambition. You run circles around most people when it comes to achievement. You know what you want, and God help anyone that gets in your way achieving it. So that's the definition of Little Miss Slay. Your learning style, okay? So this is your learning style. You generally learn by doing and getting on with it. You generally learn by making mistakes and then learning from them, but you're sort of like, yes, let me dive in and have a go sort of person. And you just like to be left alone to do that, really. You're just like, just let me crack on, let me see how I get on. You work best alone or by leading because you like things done a certain way. You're really not a follower, you're a natural leader, which means if you're left alone to get on with it, you'll perform. If you can lead a pack, you'll perform. Try and be led and you're all right with it, but you would much rather lead. So here's the pros to being Little Miss Slay. I'm going to give you pros and cons. The pros are you get results and you get them fast because you're like a steam train. You're like, let's go, and you get it done. You're super organised and efficient with your time for the most part. Even though you don't believe you're the most organised because you're really hard on yourself, you're actually well more organised than most people. You're very proactive. If you can relate and you're a Little Miss Slay, give me a yes, yes, yes. Ellie, yes. Andrea, yes. So yeah, let me know if you can relate. You're very proactive and you deal with issues quickly. So as issues come up, you deal with them. You're not one to like dwell and sit on it. You're just like, right, what do I need to do about this? And you do it. You're a self-starter. You know, if it's to be, it's up to me. You have that attitude of, I'm the only person that's going to do this for me. So you know that you really need to hold yourself accountable for your own success, and you do. You don't need someone pushing you or giving you direction necessarily. In fact, you'd rather they didn't. Doesn't mean that you don't want help, but you're like, I don't need someone to motivate me. I'm fucking motivated, thank you very much. And if someone did that, you'd be like quite patronised by it. You come across confident because you are. You just are. You just know your worth. You're a natural leader and you have no problem setting boundaries and being assertive when you need to be assertive. They're your pros. Cons. Here's some of the traps you can fall into, some of the things to watch out for. Sometimes you can become too task focused, and because of that, people suffer. And they could be the people around you that are like needing your attention, but you're like in get shit done mode. Or it could be the people you work with that you forget to say, how are you? And actually will listen for the answer because you're on to the next thing. You can be prone to burnout because you just don't know when to stop. You sometimes have to learn the hard way because you learn mainly by making mistakes, which means you're not the read the manual sort of girl. You're just going to dive in and sometimes get your fingers burnt because of it. You take failures very personal because you just feel you should be better than that. Like if you fuck up, you're like, I can't believe you really take that personally. And because of that trait, you also can be known for expecting too much from others. You expect everybody to perform like you, and when they don't, you're like, what the fuck? Like, why is everyone around me falling short? I might as well just do it all myself. You can be an intimidating leader or quite an aggressive leader at times without realising it's the last thing you'd want to be, but because of your outward greatness, people can sometimes feel a bit intimidated by you. And you can fall into the trap of being too serious and not having enough fun. That's Little Miss Slay. Mostly bees. Where are the mostly bees at? Give me some hearts if you were mostly bees. Type in the chat box that you were a mostly bee. Mostly bee is Little Miss Love. You just want the world to be better because you were here. You feel a huge sense of responsibility to others' well-being, and you want your life to count for something good. You care deeply about the people around you, and you always feel like you care more than most people do. Yes, Jess, you. That's my sister, so I can say that publicly without her killing me. So your learning style is you need to be nurtured. You like to be shown how to do something well and have your hand held so that your confidence can be built. You need somewhere and someone to check in with. You need something to validate you, and you need a place to ask questions. Like, that's essential for your growth and learning. You work best when you're doing things for other people. You'll do way more for someone else than you'll do for yourself. So you'll do well by attaching meaning for somebody else. Definitely me. You'll do well for attaching goals for someone else, if that makes sense. So the pros of being Little Miss Love. The first thing is you build meaningful, long-lasting relationships with people really, really easily, because you care about them and they feel that because it's genuine. You have a big mission, a mission that's bigger than you are. Therefore, it drives you. You know, when you attach a mission to something in business, it really drives you, and nothing will stop you because it's bigger than the materialistic things. People love you. Naturally, people love you. They want to be around you. You form friendships easily. And you give freely. You'll give, which is great for business, because the more you serve, the more you give, the more your business thrives. The cons to being Little Miss Love. The first thing is they never put themselves first. So it's difficult for someone who's a Little Miss Love to form that connection between putting themselves first and being able to help more people. Because actually, what you end up doing is giving to the detriment of yourself, which means you're never available to help the masses on the scale that you could be, because you don't make that connection. And actually, if I need to pull back and make boundaries a little bit more so that I have more to give the masses. You can struggle to charge your worth in business. You'll probably be the people that have the problem with attaching premium price tags and seeing yourself as a premium service, because actually you just want to give it to everyone for free if you can. You get derailed and hurt really easily. You know, if someone says to you, your business is shit and so are you, that might knock your confidence to a point where you actually don't want to do it anymore, and you stop trying, you stop showing up. You can get taken advantage of really easily. You struggle to say no and set boundaries with people. And you can sometimes be guilty of too much fluff and not enough action. So if I tell you to go and meditate and sit with your thoughts for a moment, you'll do it. If I tell you to jump on a live video, you're going to struggle with it. You're really happy with doing the deep work, but not so happy with just cracking on and taking action always. It's not your go-to thing to do. And that's Little Miss Love. Mostly C's, where are you at? So the mostly C characters, you are, lots of people agreeing. Let me know if you're agreeing with this, guys. Comment in the chat box if you agree. Okay, mostly C's, Little Miss Fun. This is the C's. Okay. So you are the life and soul of the party. You just love to have a good time. If you can't have fun while you're doing it, then it's not worth doing for you. Your learning style, Little Miss Fun, is variation. You need variation when you're learning something, or else you get bored. So you need to do a bit of reading, a bit of webinars, a bit of audio, a bit of workbooks, because your attention span is really, really limited. You work best with other people. You like to be around people. You wouldn't be happy working on your own. So working in an environment where you can be eye to eye with people, shoulder to shoulder with people, because you just love people. The pros of being Little Miss Fun is that you love to talk. So selling is totally your bag. When you're passionate about something, it's infectious. You can't help but share it. You can't help but talk about it. And you talk about it with enthusiasm, so people buy into it. You're very high energy. You've got so much energy. A little bit like the Duracell bunny. You can just keep going. People remember you. You always make an impression on them. Networking is just like breathing to Little Miss Fun. It's just what you do. You do it easily and effortlessly. People want to be around you. You have that sort of energy and personality where people are like, you're like a magnet. People just want to be around you. And you appear lucky. People will often refer to you as being lucky because good things just seem to happen to you. It's because you make your own luck with your energy, but people don't always get that. The cons to being Little Miss Fun. You can be very disorganised, and because of that disorganisation, you could be seen as unreliable because you forget things. You jump from one thing to another, so you don't always finish things, which means you're great at starting things but not always seeing them through. You can forget to listen to other people and become too self-centred in conversations and want to talk about yourself too much. You aren't a self-centred person, but it can come across that way because you just like to talk. And you compare yourself really harshly. You take it really personally when you look at someone that's doing something similar to you and it seems better than you in some way. You'll beat yourself up over that. It will derail you because this outgoingness, this extrovertedness is all really about masking something a little bit deeper, a feeling of not as much self-worth as you would like, not as much self-confidence really inside as you would like. That's Little Miss Fun, mostly C's. Okay, mostly D's. Where are my mostly D's at? Give me some hearts and let me know in the comments if you're a mostly D. You are Little Miss Cautious. So, you're outwardly, you're an outward introvert. So, that's not quite what's going on inside of your head. But people will see you as an introvert because you're prone to overthinking. You're very cautious. You're very self-controlled. You live a very self-controlled, disciplined, cautious life. You know, you like things done a certain way and you don't really take risks. You would rather err on the edge of caution and do a little bit more research into something than dive in and risk making yourself look silly. So your learning style is kind of just like, give me the facts and I will sit with them alone and study them and research them and become a great student of them. That's your learning style. You work best alone with coffee and spreadsheets. That's what Little Miss Cautious is all about. Give me a good coffee and a quiet room and a spreadsheet and I'll figure this shit out. The pros to being Little Miss Cautious. The pros are, you're a perfectionist, so everything gets done really well. It might take you longer to do it because you want it to be just so, but it gets done really, really well. You come across as being very knowledgeable because you are. You would never put yourself in a position where you don't know shit that you're meant to know because you're always over-prepared. You have very high standards. The worst thing that someone could say about you is that you didn't know what you were talking about. Like, that would be the worst thing ever to make you look silly. So you have very high standards for yourself and the work that you do. And you think before you speak. You look at every angle of something before you form an opinion and voice that opinion. Therefore, you don't get into too much conflict with people. They're the pros. The cons to being Little Miss Cautious is you strive for perfection, not progress, which means you're ridiculously hard on yourself. And it also means that you can be prone to procrastination because rather than striving for progress and just getting shit done, you'll wait for everything to be just so before you do something, which means it can take you longer to see the success that other people can see quicker. You don't always feel comfortable being visible. You'd rather not be seen. So visibility in your business and brand is always a real struggle for you. And because you can be overcautious, you can sometimes miss out on opportunities. And that is Little Miss Cautious. So what I'd love to know from you is, what are you? So just type in the chat box, I am ... Don't forget to win a copy of my book, share the video so more people can take this test, take part in the test which you have been doing, and just let me know if you're watching on live or replay. And if you're just logging in, guys, you might want to start from the beginning and take your test. Let me know, I want to hear your feedback of how accurate it was for you and what resonated, because this is a test that I've used with, up until this point, just premium clients and, you know, for myself. I want to know what you think of this, because it's my own, you know, it's not something I've read from a book or learned, it's something I've created. So putting it out there to you guys gives me the opportunity to get feedback on it. I really hope it's been helpful. Now listen, on Thursday I'm doing a live in my community. So this is my my private community. It's a free community, but if you'd like to be in there, you need to comment saying add me to the movement. Actually, no, you can't do that. You can't do that, because if we're not friends, I won't be able to add you. So you need to go and find the Miss Moneybags Movement on Facebook. It's a group, the Miss Moneybags Movement. Type it in, add yourself to that movement, because on Thursday night I'm going to be expanding on this training. I'm going to be talking about how you can maximise on your personality type, your specific personality type, what 3 things you can do to get faster success now knowing what personality you are. It's the Miss Moneybags Movement. I'll be live in there on Thursday night. So to get your hands on that more intense, in-depth training on what you can do with this information, you need to be in the group. I'll see you on Thursday. Thanks for listening, guys. Much love.